welcome back to the channel. As promised, following on from the last episode where we finished the clocks and put the top bottom yoke in position. Again, as I said, loose fit. I don't want to be saying you need to do this, this and this. At the moment I just want to do a loose fit mock-up front end. Right, I managed to find a fair few bolts. As you can see, some of them are in a right state. I've already started cleaning some up, so before, after. Again, in a bit of a state, cleaned up nicely. So I've got a few more to go. So there are a few of them that have got pitting. I'll use them for now. I may replace them. So I've got the bottom yoke bolts. I'll show you what I've got. So I've got the top yoke bolts that hold the stanchions in place. The bolt that goes across the back of the yoke, that bolts through just where the main nut is. These four are the handlebar clamp bolts, bottom yoke bolts, caliper bolts. So I've got one more of this bolt to clean up and the other caliper bolt. And these are also front end bolts which needed cleaning up. So that's the state, but they have come out quite well. So I just need to finish up these two bolts and then we can crack on. As I say, it's all back under cover again. Can crack on. We can't cover that. So nothing's changed since the last time you saw it. Right, that long bolt actually fits through there. Actually, what I might do, slot these in place. Again, just a loose fit. So that gives you an idea of the bolts. Obviously the handlebar clamp ones, I'll bring the clamps over later. So as I say, just two more bolts to clean up and then we'll start reassembling the front end. Actually really excited about doing this. I know it's only, as I say, I keep saying it's only a mock-up, but it is so nice to see this starting to hopefully look like a bike front end going back in, just to see how it fits. Right, so just finished them bolts. The last one come out really well. So I've now started to lay on the bench, start sifting through all the parts. So I've got the replacement brackets, the rubbers that fit inside the top yoke for the clock bracket to fit into. I need to slide that over the brake hose. Obviously the shrouds, the left and right headlight stanchion, the rubber boots that go on the end of the indicator stems, and the kit that goes with the headlight brackets. Obviously my forks are still sitting down here, so I should be able to get a lot of it. I need to find the wheel spindle That's one thing I do need to dig out, and hopefully I should have a package arriving hopefully shortly, so we'll open that up hopefully when it gets here. Right, I've loaded everything out on the bench. These are the old set of handlebars I've got that were just knocking around the garage. I've had them some time. They're not the correct ones for the bike, but I'll use them as a mock-up. The actual originals is far more of a curve. So forks are ready to go. As I say, everything's laid out. So I'll get set up in a place where hopefully you can see, and then we'll start assembly. So obviously sometimes with these builds you sort of remember things as you go, and then you start fitting things and then you think, oh, I need that, oh, I need this. The only thing I can see missing at the moment is obviously washers and nuts, and also for the indicator stems I need washers and nuts on the back of those. So I'll get set up and then we'll start putting in the first fork leg. Obviously I will be referring to my diagrams so I can actually see that's the rubber washer, then there's a metal ring, then the shroud, then the actual headlight bracket, and then there's another cover that sits on the top of the headlight bracket. So just about here will be this one. Right, already not off to a good start. The actual shrouds that I've got, these are actually picked up off eBay. Well, I've dug out one of the originals and you can see how rusty it is, but you can also see if you can see that the actual size difference. That's probably a better view. So what I'm going to have to do is, for this mock-up, give these a quick clean. They are pitted. So I've cleaned that side. I'm just going to brush that side up and they can go back to the person on eBay. Right, I've cleaned them up, these old ones the best I can. You can see the pitting's quite bad. But at least it will give me an idea. Right, seems to work a lot better. So I'll do the same on the other side. Right, so that's the other side in place. I say ignore obviously the pitting. I'm going to have to research that again. I mean, the other set, actually looking at them again, look like they're off a Z9 or a Z1, which are a lot different. So, no problem, I can find some more. Right, let's get the top yoke on. I just need to tap that yoke down a smidge. Right, just knock that top yoke down slightly. I say it is a loose fit. I'm happy with how that's coming out so far. At the moment the bolts are 13 and 17. So I've just got that yoke bolt to go back in. Need to find some nuts for the bottom of the clocks. Right, let's get this bolt in. Again, just loose. Alright, so next I'm going to try the clocks. So there's two of these rubbers. Each side. All fingers and thumbs today, it's quite a chilly day. Yep, happy with that. Right, next I'll try the indicator brackets. Well, the indicator rubbers, the stems, and we'll have a look at the polished headlight bowl. But my next job will be change battery because it's flashing at me. Right, I've just popped in the rubbers that hold the indicators. Both sides, they've gone in not too bad. Found it easier to actually, well, either a little bit of red rubber grease or just some penetrating fluid just to soften the rubber up. And they've gone in okay. So let's get the headlight in position and the indicator stems. Right, and they're in place. Let me know what you think about the polished headlight bowl, because normally it's black. Obviously I haven't cleaned inside, but I've done the outer. It's starting to look a bit like a bike again. Right, let's continue on. Probably get some bars on next. Right, one thing I do want to do quickly before I put the handlebars on, that's the remains of the old headlight. So if you can imagine this, obviously, well, not pitted, polished, headlight cleaned up. What do you think with the polished headlight bowl? Probably leave it on there for a while and just have a think. I say it should be black, but let me know in the comments box below. Right, let's crack on with these bars. As I said, these aren't the correct bars for this bike. It's just an odd pair I've got hanging around. It should in theory give me an idea. Yeah, it's a much greater curve on the original bars. Right, a couple of parcels. I started opening one. I'll just open the top of that one. So we'll do this one first. So I've just started opening the top. Hopefully this will be okay. bit of damage on the back, some light pitting, but it is solid. Bit of a clean up, that should come up nice. So, well timed, I can actually get that fitted. Alright, put that to one side, let's have a look at the other package. Airbox. It's one thing this bike didn't have. It actually had the cone filters on the back. Oh, good, all the carb rubbers are inside. Again, just needs to clean up. New filter. No, all good. So I'll leave that to one side. Let's carry on getting this front end mocked up. Right, so as I say, good timing, so let's try this mudguard. That looks pretty good. Right, so next thing, I need to dig the front spindle out, and then we'll loosely put in the front wheel, and then I'll probably call that a day. It's taken some time. Right, so I managed to find the front spindle bolt, giving that a bit of a clean up. Unfortunately the bolt on the nut on the other end I can't find. But let's get this front wheel loosely in place. Right, obviously I haven't put any spacers in, I haven't put the disc on. It's just purely to give me an idea. Might actually pop the caliper in though. Yeah, so really pleased with how that's come out. I say, let me know what you think. As I say, it's just a mock-up. It's just to see, give me an idea to actually start seeing this bike come back to life. But say, let me know on the headlight bulb, that'll be much appreciated. I will look out for some proper handlebars, better height, because obviously that'll affect the brake hoses, etc. Right, so thanks for joining me on that one. Hope that was helpful. As I say, it's just a pure mock-up, just to give me an idea how it looks, whether parts fit together properly, have I got everything, what am I missing. Obviously, yeah, there's a few nuts, washers, etc. But overall, I'm really happy with actually seeing it starting to come back again. As I say, it's been dismantled and in boxes for a long time. Obviously, the heart of it is, well, the engine. But hopefully a few more bits to come through and we can get back on the engine, get that finished. I'll then take apart the front end again. As I say, it is only a loose, just to see how everything fits and feels. As I mentioned earlier, please let me know on the headlight bulb, what do you think? Leave it chrome or go for a black one? I mean, one thing I knew from the start, this isn't going to be a mint condition restoration because of the budget, because of the restrictions, obviously, well, budget mainly. I just want to get it back to as close to original as possible, so some of the parts are going to look slightly aged. Some of the parts obviously I've had to replace, so they are new. The mudguard, etc. I couldn't find a new one around, and if they were, they'd be so expensive. So I've gone for the best condition second-hand one I could find at a really good price. And I'll do the same for the rear mudguard, which obviously you remember mine was, well, covered in paint and filler and rust holding it together. So, but say, I search around, I try and get the best bargain I can. Some things have to be new, the wheels obviously and spokes, etc. A lot of it I'm trying to recondition, bolts, axles, etc. Clean them up. A lot of them are rusty, but they will clean up and I get them as looking as good as I can. But as I say, nice to actually get things started to bolt back together, see how it fits. And also, as I say, see what I'm missing and see what I need to get. So, pleased with the clocks. Obviously I know they've got the aftermarket top shrouds on them. Because of the condition of the actual clocks themselves inside, they're dented, they're not in a good place. So for now, and it does kind of break up the black. But as I say, thanks for joining me. It was nice to actually get that built and get that in. So links to other videos top left and top right, and join me again next time. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.